Alright, we're in the Coastal Classic Tournaments. We're on hole number 1. It's Tuesday's qualifying round, and I'm in my practice account. So I'm going to do one more round of practice here and see how it goes. So we're on hole number 1. Alright, coming at this with a QB, trying to get up into this area up in here. The wind on this particular hole is blowing in this direction, so when you come out here, if you do this drive shot, you got the wind right behind you. It makes that shot fairly easy. It's always difficult when you have side wind trying to get through this gap, but when you go to do your drive shot to the green, now you're dealing with a side wind, so this is already a fairly difficult shot. It's a clean shot though. Like if you're having issues or you can't get around the bend out here, hitting out here, getting on the green, getting your eagle and moving on to the next hole is not, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you can get out here in the front, you do have a little bit better shot of picking up the Albie, especially since the wind is blowing behind you. So let's go in here. I think this is the one hole in this tournament where a Kingmaker is definitely the ball to have. And this account doesn't have a lot of balls, and it doesn't have a lot of gems, so I have to fix that. Now the question here is, my goal whenever I go into these tournaments is the first day that I come out and practice, it's where am I going to hit? Am I going to hit out here? Am I going to hit out here? And if I'm going to hit, so I've chose not only just because of the wind, but I think you have a better shot here. But the fact that the wind's blowing behind us enhances this. If the wind was blowing in this direction, I'd probably think about going out here. But so I'm choosing court shot A here. And so my goal number 1 when I come out and start practicing is I don't care about this down here. I want to know what it takes to get into the same spot over and 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 over, where I'm in the same spot, so that when I start practicing this shot, it's the same shot over and over. I don't want to be out here, and then I don't want to be over here, and I don't want to be here. I want to be in a really tight little area so that this shot is very consistent and I can start to dial it in. So this is my last practice round, and I've shot this shot a couple times, and so I've taken some notes, and now I'm going to put my notes into play and create a brand new note sheet going into the tournament. So on this hole, I'm going to use a QB Kingmaker, which I already picked. QB Kingmaker. I'm going to come in with a sniper. I'm going to do a 10% wind adjustment and 1.2 per ring. On the drive, I'm going to do 3 topspin max. I started off with max topspin and rolled out. And then I went to 4 and I still rolled out. So now I'm at 3. Max right hand side spin, max right hand curl. That's all we need. I'm amazed to have I've been working really, really hard in my main account to try and max out my rock. Like you focus on certain clubs and you do the deal, a maxed out rock. It's right in between a quarterback and an extra mile. Has 100% curl. More curl than any other wood in the game. And there's several holes in this tournament that are the holes that I have been trying to max out my rock because of, so that the next time they came up in a tournament, and I'm like 60 cards short of maxing out that rock. But this hole right here, a maxed out rock, and only a maxed out rock. It doesn't get its last curl and its last power until level 8, but it has 100% curl, so you can get around this corner a little bit better. Because you're not going to get around this corner without curl. I mean, you could get out here, but you're not going to get around the corner and get way up here without some curl. Lonely Boy has very little time left. As long as they hit that perfect or great to the right, they should be alright. Hit it great to the left, they're in trouble. Perfect. Alright. That should be a very nice, easy on. Guaranteed eagle. That's what you want to do on all these holes, is get your shot stuff down so that your first shot, second shot, it guarantees you no more than 3 topspin. I'm going to pinch in just about a half a ring. I like to be at least, whenever I'm doing curl, I like to be at least 2, 6, at least 2.5 rings off. I usually like to be around 3, especially if I'm using max curl, but that's a big corner to get around, and give myself plenty of distance down there. The whole goal is to try and give myself enough distance so if I hit it great to the right, I'd still clear. And so when you apply curl, if you hit it great on one side or the other, sometimes that grate can be about 1.5 rings, where normally a grate's like a ring. And so by giving myself a little bit more room there, I allow that curl to come into play and become more effective. And on that particular shot, because of how much curl you're putting on it, 3 rings is not a bad deal. But what I've been doing is coming out a little bit more on the left-hand side up there. And I'm trying to get as far to the right as I can, so I cheated. I took out some of my safety margin. It's like Star Trek. I called down to Scotty and he took out the warp restrictor. Captain. Alright, my opponent's nicely on. Very easy eagle. Okay, 1.2 per ring, 10% wind adjustment. And we are right there. I don't even think I have enough room to do a wind adjustment and get that stuff out. I think I'm right there. 2912, 10%, that'd be 3.3. There's 3.6, and I don't have enough. I don't have enough to get it out. I'll have to short shoot it. Let's see if we can short shoot that. I'm right in between, and that's not a good place to be. I'm not happy with that at all. So what I need to be is actually I need to hit it farther back so that I guarantee that I am in my club from how far. So I'm going to, so even though that drive was clean, it was way up there in the front, it was actually too far, or I needed to bring a lower power ball, like a 2 power ball, so that when I get up into that spot, I'm in the right area, or I need to hit that short. So instead of 3 topspin, I'm going to put on 2 topspin, and that'll put me back further. So that I'll have more room to adjust out the wind there, the way the wind's blowing. This is why we practice these shots, because you come out here, you're in one-on-one play, and you're used to doing it a certain way. And then you come out in the tournament, you got standardized winds, you use a bigger ball, and then stuff changes, so the red line right there changes. In one-on-one play, I play this a lot with Quasar and Katanas. And I never have a problem with my red line right there. So I could switch that up and go to a katana. I'm sure I can get it done with a katana as far as getting up. That's the other way to go, and that'll save me a kingmaker. I think I'm going to switch that up, and I'm going to switch to a katana. And then I'm going to switch that 2 topspin to 4. So I'm going to be back just a little bit and try and make up the difference. Make up at least a little bit of the difference. I've got a lot of room to work with down there. So I'm going to switch that up to a katana, and I'm going to do 4 topspin. Maximum right hand side spin, maximum curl, sniper going into the hole, 10% wind adjustment, 1.2 per ring. But that 1.2 per ring is going to change now. So I'm going to have to see where I'm at in my club. All right. And what may happen is that I should have actually been using a katana in that the whole time. That's why I was in mid-club. That 1.2 per ring is a mid-club number, so I think maybe that was the deal, is that I should be using a katana. All right. Maybe we learned something on that hole. That was hole number 1 of the Coastal Classic Tournament. Thanks for watching.